begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some noteworthy news regarding Brock Lesnar. As most of you are likely aware, Brock Lesnar is currently the WWE Champion, going into his WrestleMania 38 title versus title unification match against Roman Reigns. And while some fans are hoping to see Roman Reigns lose the Universal Championship and Brock Lesnar to become the WWE's Unified World Champion, partly because of Brock's new hit babyface character, a spoiler regarding an upcoming WWE pay-per-view may have foiled these plans of Brock Lesnar possibly winning the title unification match at WrestleMania. Just the other day, WWE revealed the Hell in a Cell 2022 poster or official artwork for the pay-per-view, which is set to go down on June 5th. And noticeably absent from the poster was the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, with the poster instead featuring superstars like Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Edge, Ronda Rousey, and of course, front and center was the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Now, as soon as WWE released this Hell in a Cell 2022 poster, it immediately caught the attention of wrestling fans for an obvious reason, as Brock Lesnar was completely missing from the poster, which has caused there to be a ton of speculation regarding the plans WWE have in place for one of the WrestleMania 38 main events between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And that Brock Lesnar not being included in the Hell in a Cell poster could be confirmation that Vince McMahon and WWE are planning for Roman Reigns to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 to become the double champion, holding both the WWE and Universal Championships at the very same time. And that Brock Lesnar may be leaving the WWE for a while after the showcase of the Immortals, hence why he wasn't included in the featured talent list for Hell in a Cell, which is certainly a very noteworthy development. However, as of right now, Brock Lesnar is being advertised for the WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view event, which will take place on July 2nd, so it doesn't seem as though Brock Lesnar will be gone from WWE for very long after WrestleMania 38, but will be essentially removed from Hell in a Cell 2022. Which again possibly spoils the outcome or result of the winner-takes-all title unification match against Roman Reigns, and that Brock may very well be losing his WWE Championship very soon, which will definitely come as unfortunate news for many of Brock's fans out there for sure. As most of you are well aware, one of the biggest wrestling news stories recently is currently regarding Cody Rhodes reportedly signing with WWE after having left All Elite Wrestling. And as of right now, it does seem extremely likely that the rumors of Cody Rhodes signing with WWE have turned from rumor to reality, and it's now just a matter of time before Cody Rhodes make his momentous return to the company. Like we have discussed in previous videos, the rumored plan Vince and other backstage WWE officials have in place for Cody Rhodes' return is for Cody to make his return in time for WrestleMania 38, where he would be facing off against Seth Rollins in a marquee non-match title. And up to this point, that does seem like the plan WWE are going to be moving ahead with. However, while some fans are expecting to see Cody Rhodes return to the company before the showcase of the Immortals, according to one of our sources, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, Cody Rhodes may not be back in WWE until the actual day of WrestleMania 38, on either night 1 or night 2 of the huge pay-per-view. Here's a quote from Dave Meltzer on the situation involving Cody Rhodes' WWE return. Quote, "Every impression I have is that he's doing the Hardys thing, where you show up on the day of the show. I mean, he could show up tomorrow, we got 2 Raws left." However, Dave clearly made his feelings clear that he thinks WWE are going to have Cody return on the actual day of WrestleMania 38 instead of making his return on the final remaining episodes of Monday Night Raw before Mania next week. Although anything can happen in WWE and the plans could always change at the last minute. But as of right now, it does seem more probable that Cody Rhodes will be coming back on the day of WrestleMania 38, which will certainly make his return feel more momentous and special. And Rhodes' return would then likely lead to an impromptu match against Seth Rollins, which is something that many fans want to see. Now, many of you are likely aware that Stephanie McMahon is the WWE's current Chief Brand Officer, and while Stephanie will probably always have her job safe with WWE, seeing that she's done her job well in WWE and she's also the daughter of the man in charge, Vince McMahon, it has recently been reported that Stephanie McMahon will be taking a side venture outside WWE, with Stephanie McMahon set to go to a new company. For those of you who haven't heard yet, it has been announced that Stephanie will be joining the board of directors of FaZe Clan, as this company will be going public soon. Here's a message that FaZe Clan CEO Lee Trink put out regarding their new board of directors, which includes WWE's Stephanie McMahon. We have assembled a best-in-class board of directors who bring a broad and deep understanding of Gen Z and the rapidly changing digital media and entertainment landscape. I'm excited to work with this fantastic group and benefit from their insights and guidance as we enter the public market and execute our multi-platform monetization strategy to create long-term shareholder value. While it is unknown what role Stephanie McMahon will have with FaZe Clan as a member of the board of directors, this is clearly a big side project for Stephanie, who was constantly busy with her multitude of roles with WWE behind the scenes. But it's clear that Stephanie still has the time to spare to work with another company. But those of you who speculated that Stephanie McMahon could be leaving WWE soon, that clearly isn't the case at this point in time. And this new role with FaZe Clan won't apparently be affecting Stephanie's current roles backstage in WWE. Not surprisingly, Bray Wyatt's release from WWE last year affected some of the plans for the WWE 2K22 video game, and it was just revealed the other day that a special storyline involving Brian Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, and Donna Brooke for WWE 2K22 ended up getting cancelled. Apparently, the original plan was for Donna Brooke to join the Fiend Bray Wyatt, and thus become the Fiend, after Bray had split up with Alexa Bliss, and that this would have led to a Hell in a Cell match between Donna Brooke and Alexa Bliss. While this was just a rumor the other day, Bray Wyatt took to social media and confirmed these reports, with Wyatt essentially stating that these were the plans for the video game, although something that was never planned for an actual on-screen real-life storyline in WWE. It's truly unfortunate that Bray Wyatt was suddenly released from WWE back in July of 2021, as he was such an influential and equally popular WWE superstar that was too big of a deal to simply fire like that. And many fans are still upset and disappointed to this day that Bray's gone from the company. Hopefully Bray Wyatt will be returning to wrestling soon, whether in WWE or another promotion like AEW or Impact Wrestling, because Bray's still quite young and has a massive fan base that are eagerly awaiting for Bray to make his comeback finally. WWE have clearly been giving Omos a massive push over on Monday Night Raw, following his split from AJ Styles, with Omos looking nearly indestructible during his recent matches on Raw, and apparently Vince is planning for Omos to have a major singles match on the WrestleMania 38 card. One of our sources, WrestleVotes, recently mentioned the following about Omos and his WrestleMania status. Quote, "Source states, as of now, Omos is indeed getting a singles WrestleMania match, and his opponent may surprise some people. It's not Veer or Cody for that matter." Now, while it's unknown who exactly WWE are planning for Omos to face off against, this news indicates that whatever the opponent WWE have planned, Omos is going to be featured in a huge spot on the WrestleMania 38 card, which is good news for Omos' career and current standing within the company. Some fans on social media seem happy that Omos is going to be getting a career-defining moment in his wrestling career at WrestleMania this year, whereas others seem a bit disappointed and feel that there are more talented superstars on the current WWE roster that deserve some shine and a singles match on the WrestleMania card instead of Omos, who they feel is quite overrated. Regardless, it's evident that WWE see massive potential in Omos despite the critics, and 2022 seems like it's shaping up to be a monumental year for the lumbering giant in WWE if all things go according to plan.